Cool intro sound.
Alright, how's it going guys? AlphaYGO back at it again, and today I'm bringing you something that has been fairly requested, and it is DD Pendulum without the use of Guardragons. This is a more Pendulum heavy build with the DD engine, which I kind of explored last week, but now we're exploring it again, but without the use of Guardragons. And I apologize that my voice might sound nasally and really weak. I am, for some reason, still sick. It's been like a month. I'm getting tired of this. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh's a toxic game, so maybe this is the reason, but anyways, I do want to keep up pumping out the content for you guys, and if you guys request something, of course I'm going to bring it out to you guys because you're all very important to me. But with that said, I do want to ask for a favor. Please comment down below what type of other decks you would like to see profiled. I love messing with DD, of course it's my passion because it's one of my favorite decks of all time, but I do want to kind of gauge other people's interest in what other type of decks you guys like and what other maybe profiles you'd like to see on the channel, because I want to make this channel really inclusive to everyone. So please leave down what your other favorite decks are in the comments down below. I can't promise I'll deliver on every single one, but I will definitely try my best. And maybe I'll put a poll out or something so I can get everyone's interest on the channel. But for all you DD fans that are probably watching this right now, or maybe Pendulum fans too, please let me know what other things you'd like to see, and maybe spread the word. Ask your friends what they like to see. Let me know. So yeah. But without further ado, let's just get right into the deck profile. So in no particular order, we're just going to show off some of the cards in this list. So starting off, we have Triple Chronograph is just absolutely amazing for all Pendulum decks, obviously, along with the Time Kaiser. Keep in mind that this deck is, although very Pendulum heavy, it is also not specific about like Pen Magician or anything else. It incorporates a large good Pendulum cards plus Endymion package, so keep in mind a lot of these cards synergize with the Endymions really well. So Chronograph obviously being one because it just acts as a free spell and a body on board. We are then playing Double Dark Worm and of course the one Gate 0. We excluded the Guardragon package out of this deck profile because that's what you guys have been requesting, but the whole plus side of running this is still very live, especially when you dump it off something like Dragon Shrine Foolish. So plussing off this is very, very good, and still warrants being played in Pendulum decks, obviously. And following that, of course, we have Triple Curtain Raiser. Following that synergy of a free spell counter on your Endymions and bodies on board to make Electromite, obviously very good. Next, we're running into our DD engine. So, of course, we have our main normal summon of the deck, which is Kepler. Kepler is absolutely amazing, gives us so much pluses. The reason for this package in this is, remember when Endymion used to play a lot of Zephyrs, because Zephyrs would be like, or you go into either Terraforming / Providence, into Oracle of Zephyr, into the Zephyrath, into this and that. This kind of does a similar thing because we normal summon, we get a contract is one counter, we get a Thomas, which is another counter, and all we need is another spell to go off. So in that sense, it acts as another engine to accumulate counters, which is really nice, and it supplies its own level of utility. So following that, of course, we have our next main DD monster, which is Triple Thomas. Triple Thomas is really good because it's what recurs a bunch of value for us and can establish a lot of rank 8 plays if you so wanted to. Following that, we have 3 DD 1-ofs, which are Ragnarok, Leonidas, and Copernicus. Ragnarok is really important for that Thomas to recur out of the deck to make a rank 8. Regular level 7 because we are also running a Lamia to make our Siegfried plays. And level 7s do come up for this deck because we do want to make it rank 7 here and there. So that's also important, but of course, making Siegfried is obviously amazing. And Copernicus is what dumps us that Lamia and gives us easy access. Next is Mythical Beast, Master Cerberus, and of course, Mythical Beast, Jackal King. These guys are a little bit less synergistic with the Endymions, realistically, because they can only operate when there's no other scale. But they're still good turbo cards. It can serve really cool plays with another card I'm about to show you a little bit later on. I think it still warrants being played. Following that, of course, we have the lady herself, Triple Servant of Endymion. Endymion is obviously super fantastic. It just lets us play around the bureau like no tomorrow. And then following that, we have the one Endymion Mighty Master, another search alternative off of that spell card mastery, but of course a really good body bring out nonetheless, and a high skill. Overall very good. And the one card you can run but you do not have to run is this fella right here. I don't even know his name, jeez Louise. Kuro Obi Karate Spirit. I believe there's also another 1 or 2 versions of this guy actually, but this is the one I have. So the reason you run this, and you don't have to run it, but it's really cool with a lot of unique plays, is that first of all, it's a scale 9, and I think it's the only generic high scale in the game. So you can pen summon up your level 8s with this. And of course, like every other Pendulum card, it is searchable off Electromite, but you don't have to warrant searching this all the time. There's a couple of cool effects. So if a monster is Pendulum summoned, return this card from the Pendulum Zone to the hand. So it's really cool because sometimes you can like pen summon a Jackal King, but not have a spell to follow up. But if you use this in the scale, when you pen summon that Jackal King, you can give it back in hand, scale it again, put counters back on the Jackal King. And it just opens up really cool plays, being able to leave it scale. And the Mythical Beasts like to operate when they don't have another scale, So it has a really cool synergy with the Mythical Beast, but it's just more so a really cool body for that high scale. But it's not mandatory, but then again, it's a random common, so it's not that hard to get your hands on, so give it a try, maybe you'll like it. Following that, for our spells, we have double Dark Contract. We do not need 3 in this deck because our main goal is to search it off of Kepler. We'd rather just see Kepler rather than the contract itself, which is very ironic, I know. But when you see the contract itself, you don't get to plus as much, and it kind of gets in the way of that. Following that, we of course have double Dragon Shrine with the Honorary Dragon Shrine. So foolish. Obviously, basically the turbo cards to get into our Dark Room Maxes, and all around really powerful. Triple Layer Darkness because we run a very high count of Dark Monsters, so helps dig through our deck for our really good pieces. Following that, of course, we have Triple Mastery. Such as the Endymions, really powerful. 1 upstart, keep up those counters on the Endymions, and really great card we can run in this deck 1 for 1 because it just gives us easy access to Kepler straight from our deck and is a spell card on its own. So that's the main deck. So following that with the extra deck, we have of course 1 Electromite, which basically establishes all our plays and our go-to link monsters. I apologize for any background noise right now because I think my family is doing something. I think they're packing for a trip. So very unfortunate. Following that, we of course have 1 Link 2. It can be any Link 2. It can be Lambda. It can be B-Cop. It can be Lamphalingus. I just have Wee Witch Omni right now, and it's pretty good because we have a lot of dark monsters, so we can go into it very easily. Following for our rank 4s, we have 1 Apollo and 1 Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, of course, is very good for those follow-up plays to go all in for those OTKs. And Apollo Ursa is just really good in this deck because we end up with a lot of awkward materials that can just all be linked off into 1 good body for negates, which is obviously very powerful. Following with our synchros, we have 2 synchro level 8s. Siegfried and Bull Savage, both covering different bases, but can be made in different situations. This is primarily with Leonidas, but it's still a very good go-to. And of course, we do have access to potential synchro 8s in this deck. Following that, of course, we have one of our go-to plays, which is Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. Meteor Burst is really powerful in the fact it can either pull out Thomas from that scale or gauge 0 from the scale, and allowing us to go into really cool plays, particularly Ixies plays. And of course, we have a Don Draxer, which is, if you don't go into Meteorverse, you can at least go to Don Draxer, which is really powerful. And for the aforementioned Ixies plays, we do have the Absolute Dragon because Meteorverse can pull out Gate 0 into an Absolute Dragon, link away with a bunch of our materials, go into an Apollo Ursa with a Vortex, so that's very powerful. And of course, speaking of Vortex, here it is. Still very powerful in this deck because if we can make rank 7s, you can make a Vortex, which is really good. Following that, we have a bunch of Ixies. This includes Dweller and Tornado Dragon. Dweller is really good against a lot of decks in the format. The things that Dweller isn't good against, Tornado Dragon is just really good because if you're facing like Guru, Draco, anything else like that, maybe even a Sky Striker player, you can pop very crucial points in their plays and really disrupt them. And following that, we have a bunch of rank gates. So we have Hope Harbinger for our spell negate, Photon Lord for our monster negate, and of course we have Caliuga, the big boy himself. So that kind of wraps up our extra deck lineup. We can kind of access all these monsters really easily. Anyways, with that said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I apologize that I skipped the extra deck really quickly, but I'm running out of recording time, unfortunately. So with that said, catch you guys later.